queued for the ferry to Cowes, hoping to catch some sun and see. Met Janet that day in a gallery cafe. She smiled and ordered a chamomile tea. Life, you know it's so easy when sometimes life is so real, full of wonderful people, just like Janet and Neil. Ice cream with a flake on the beach so grand, laughing as the seagulls flew by. We were singing along just like two crows underneath the summer sky. Life, you know it's so easy, you sometimes have to think twice. Thank you, Sir Keir Starmer, for this new paradise.
Hey, this is Joe Rogan, and for some reason you are listening to Neil Vectis instead of me. Nah.
Hey everyone, welcome once again to another episode of the Vectisfabber verdict. Spring is almost here, and today, we're diving deep into a truly iconic moment in music history, the Beatles' performance of All You Need Is Love on the Our World broadcast in 1967. This wasn't just a performance, it was a global statement, a pop culture earthquake, and a technical feat that still impresses today. So, what was Our World? Well, imagine what the world was like back in 1967 without the internet. This was a groundbreaking live television broadcast, designed to connect people from all corners of the globe, all at the same time. Think of it as the ultimate global village. It reached an estimated 400 million viewers across 26 countries, a truly massive audience for the time. Mainly due to a lot of people being killed in World War II. There were less people around. And who better to represent the spirit of unity and love than the Beatles? At the peak of their creative powers, they were the biggest band in the world, influencing everything from fashion to philosophy. They were asked to write a song specifically for the show, a song that would resonate with everyone, regardless of language or culture. Enter John Lennon, the band's resident wordsmith and provocateur. He took on the challenge, and within a matter of weeks, All You Need Is Love was born. But the process wasn't as simple as snapping his fingers. Recording began at Abbey Road Studios, and the Beatles, along with their producer George Martin, embarked on a sonic adventure. They wanted something that felt both universal and uniquely Beatles. Ringo's steady drumming provided the foundation, Paul's melodic bass line provided the hook, and George's guitar added a touch of class for what was a universal anthem of the times. John's lyrics were the heart and soul. Simple, direct, and undeniably powerful, they encapsulated the message of peace and love that the world desperately needed, especially amidst the turbulent social climate of the 1960s. The world was only 21 years away from the end of the Second World War. Now, let's talk about the Our World performance itself. It was a true spectacle. The Beatles were surrounded by friends and fellow musicians, including Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Eric Clapton, Benny Hill, Enoch Powell, Marianne Faithfull, and even Graham Nash of the Hollies, who would later form Crosby, Stills and Nash. It was a veritable who's who. The atmosphere was electric. The band, dressed in their 1967 signature psychedelic attire, performed with infectious energy and joy. The broadcast went off without a hitch, despite the technical challenges of broadcasting live across multiple continents. And the song itself wasn't just All You Need Is Love. Cleverly woven into the ending were snippets of La Marseillaise, the French national anthem, Greensleeves, a traditional English folk song, and even Bach's Invention No. 4. This eclectic mix of melodies underscored the message of unity and interconnectedness that our world was striving to achieve. Even if it created copyright problems for EMI. The impact was immediate and profound. All You Need Is Love became an instant anthem, topping the charts worldwide and solidifying the Beatles' legacy as not just a band, but a cultural phenomenon. So, what's the takeaway? The Beatles' performance on Our World was a testament to the power of music to transcend borders and unite people. All You Need Is Love isn't just a catchy song, it's a timeless message of hope, peace, and understanding, and it was delivered to a global audience at a time when the world needed it. Something we could do with perhaps today as authoritarianism creeps across the globe and people are displaced by famine, pestilence, and war. Alas, the Beatles are no more, and music no longer has the power it once had to influence global opinion. And that's it for today's look into the Beatles' legendary Our World performance. I've been Neil Vectis while you haven't. And remember, all you need is love.
You want a love to last forever, and that will never fade away.
I wanna help you with your problem. Stick around, I say. Coming up, yeah, yeah. Coming up like a flood.